bathroom surfaces. Expected retail price, $259. Jim Chenevey, CBS News.
Gucci is apologizing, and it stopped selling a black wool sweater with a turtleneck that pulls up over your mouth. The extension has a cutout bordered with oversized red lips. Social media posts pointed out it made wearers look like they were dressed in blackface. In December, Prada discontinued a line of accessories that featured a character with brown skin and exaggerated lips. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
I'm pretty handy around the house, but now that I have kids, I don't want to spend my Saturday installing a toilet or fixing an air conditioner. But thankfully, there's Home Advisor. Home Advisor helps me find the best home pros in my area to handle any kind of project. You can read reviews of the pros, check their availability, and even book appointments online. And what my wife loves most is that Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Home Advisor.
Good morning, everybody. 6 minutes after 6 o'clock and 58 degrees.
At U.S. Bank, we're proud to be part of our community. All of our great community events inspire more than just the attendees. They inspire the entire community. U.S. Bank is committed to making the communities in which we work and live a better place. Our commitment means supporting the programs and organizations that enrich the quality of life for our neighbors. Because when our community succeeds, everyone wins. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
TJ Sampson Community Hospital will be offering calcium scoring screenings for only $50 during the month of February. A cardiac CT scan for coronary calcium is a non-invasive way of obtaining information about the presence of plaque in the arteries and is an extremely helpful tool in identifying your risk of a heart attack. More than 2,500 Americans die each day from heart disease. Don't become another statistic. This special is only good for the month of February, so call TJ Sampson today to schedule your appointment.
It's 58 degrees, 7 minutes after 6 o'clock at WCLU. It's a damp morning out there. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in just a moment, but we need to talk about our morning birthday folks here who are celebrating with us today. We got a lot of nice folks here already at this bright hour on Thursday morning. How about the birthday of Jean Lyle? Daryl Beam, Katie Flynn. Katie is 25 today. Laura Lee Riley is 22. It is, Kelsey Russell turning 13. Welcome to the teens, Kelsey Russell. We got a big gong to sound at the bottom of the hour for Nathan Houchins. It's Nathan Houchins, 40 today. We've got Charleston Ennis. Charleston Ennis. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Is having a birthday today. Ashley Livingston is celebrating. Carol King. And Matthew Shepard has a birthday today, too. Good start. 651-9149. 800-956-1023. Online here from WCLUradio.com. Yes, it's 58 degrees. Yes, we've had a lot of rain. Yes, it's raining now, and we are going to be going down the bottom side of the roller coaster here, as Ray Stajic describes to us this morning. Ray?
Flood watch will stay in place until midnight tonight. We've seen rounds of heavy rainfall, and there's more rain and thunderstorms in the forecast. Rain will fall heavily, and now that the ground is saturated, it's not going to take long to start seeing the flooding occur or reoccur in spots that maybe have already seen some flooding. And you throw in some record warmth, boy, it sounds like springtime, doesn't it? We'll continue to see rounds of rain this morning, some of it heavy at times and embedded thunderstorms. There'll be breaks in the action at times. More scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The greatest threat, locally heavy rainfall, 70 degrees. Overnight tonight, occasional rain early, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then much colder later, 22 degrees. I'm not sure we've got to worry about wet road surfaces freezing over. We're going to keep that in mind, as that could happen for tomorrow morning. And then sunshine with clouds, much colder tomorrow, 35. Teens tomorrow night. Saturday, more clouds than sun, upper 30s. And then more rain on Sunday and Monday, Highs in the mid to upper 40s. It could rain right on into Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Ray likes talking about that rain. We've had rain. Boy, we have rain. We have 2 and 2300s, 2.23 in the bucket. The most current check of it. Of course, we have these little sprinkles that are out there right now. But for the most part, we are at 2 1/4 inches. Constant coverage in studio radar screen this morning is showing the rain moving from west to east with some embedded thunder shower activity, some of which is, let's see, on the Allen County, Barron County line this morning. Maybe some pretty good downpours if you're coming in from Scottsville this morning to Glasgow, or if you're going south into northern Tennessee, you could run into some shower and a little heavier downpours on your way down there. So it's a really kind of a dangerous morning. Let's be aware of that. Drive with caution. Throw in the wind. It's unseasonably warm at 58 degrees. And Wes Royce is in the newsroom with round one of local news straight ahead here at WCLU.
Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
In retirement, where will your money come from? For many people, retirement income may come from a variety of sources. Here's a few avenues that may provide you money in retirement. Social Security is the government-administered retirement income program. Workers become eligible after paying Social Security taxes for 10 years. Personal savings and investments can provide income during retirement. Retirees tend to look for investments that offer monthly income. Individual retirement accounts have been around since 1974. Contributions you make to a traditional IRA may be fully or partially tax deductible, depending on your individual circumstances. Distributions from an individual retirement account are taxed as ordinary income. What workers anticipate in terms of retirement income sources may differ considerably from what retirees actually experience. How do these sources of income impact your personal retirement? Please call the Fouch Wealth Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson or Brian Basinger to discuss your retirement income plan. Call us today at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier, WL Alliance LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks. WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. Yesterday on WCLU, the Good as Gold person of the day was Mary D. Carter. Miss Carter turned 100 years old yesterday. They had a reception for her at Barron County Nursing and Rehabilitation yesterday, and a WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. Yesterday on WCLU, the Good as Gold person of the day was Mary D. Carter. Miss Carter turned 100 years old yesterday. They had a reception for her at Barron County Nursing and Rehabilitation yesterday, and a large turnout was on hand. I spoke with Mrs. Carter, and she said she didn't feel 100 at all.
How does it feel to be 100 years old today?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Do you feel...
I've had a good life.
Do you feel 100 years old?
No.
Not at all, huh?
No.
Now, you used to work at the farm, right? Y'all had the farm, Hillcrest Farm? Is that right? The county farm?
Yes, I did. I loved it. Had 6 masters and county judge. Feed them. They love to come.
That's great.
2 men on farm committee. They'd come once a month. Wonder how to get along with the stock. Everything after. I'm fine except that bull. But I'm careful with him. 6 masters and county judge. Louis Nunn and Carol Richard too. I loved it. They love to come. They said, when are you going to fix another meal? Whatever you're ready, you all pay for them. That was part of my salary. First, my groceries. But all I done was the cooking, and they left to come. And they would surprise me. I kept something that I could take out of the freezer real quick and put in the microwave and thaw. When some masters come, some have something to eat with me. I loved it.
Mrs. Carter and her husband worked the Hillcrest County farm many years ago. Now she's a resident at Barron County Nursing and Rehab, where the staff said she is just a joy to be around.
She is just a joy to have. She's a very special lady. I enjoy hearing her stories about country ham and and all the things that she's done in her life. And so glad that we can celebrate this wonderful day, 100 years. And she doesn't look 100 years old at all.
Not at all.
No, she doesn't.
Barron County Judge Executive Michael Hill made a proclamation declaring it Mary D. Carter Day, February the 6th, 2019. And of course, Miss Carter was quick on her feet.
So we prepared a proclamation.
I can't hear it.
What we've done, we have prepared a proclamation for you today. Okay. Making this Mary D. Weedy Carter Day. Okay.
So from all of us here at WCLU, happy birthday, Miss Carter. You sure are good as gold. At approximately 2:49 yesterday morning, Deputy Josh Ford with the Barron County Sheriff's Office observed a white pickup truck driving erratically on Berry Stone Road before a traffic stop could be made. Deputy Ford saw the vehicle go off the side of the roadway in a curve after the driver lost control. At that time, the driver got out of the vehicle and fled on foot. Deputy Ford made contact with the male and female passenger that was still in the truck. They were able to give a description of the male driver who fled, but stated that they didn't know his name. While running the vehicle's license plate, it was confirmed that the plate did not belong to the vehicle. Deputy Ford then ran the VIN number, and the vehicle was confirmed stolen out of Glasgow. Upon searching the vehicle, several tools were found that were believed to also have been stolen, as well as 2 bags containing suspected methamphetamine. Both passengers were arrested at the scene. The driver was located in a nearby field by a civilian, and he was taken into custody without further incident. The driver was identified as being John Wheat, age 54, of Glasgow. Wheat was charged with criminal mischief 3rd degree, leaving the scene of an accident, fleeing or evading police 2nd degree on foot, receiving stolen property under $10,000, receiving stolen property under $500, possession of a controlled substance 1st degree, first offense methamphetamine, wanton endangerment 1st degree, driving too fast for traffic conditions, and reckless driving. Passengers Scotty Wicks, age 35, of Glasgow, and Mary Coates, 27, of Horse Cave, were charged with receiving stolen property under $10,000, receiving stolen property under $500, and possession of a controlled substance 1st degree methamphetamine. All were lodged in the Barron County Jail. Also, at approximately 5:04 a.m. yesterday morning, the Barron County Sheriff's Office responded to a complaint on Coles Bend Road. Upon arrival, several subjects were contacted inside the residence. During the investigation, several items of drug paraphernalia and narcotics were located. Casey Rogers, 34, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance 3rd degree drug unspecified, possession of a controlled substance 1st degree drug unspecified, and possession of a controlled substance 1st degree methamphetamine. Terry Alexander, age 48, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance 1st degree methamphetamine. Both were lodged in the Barron County Jail. More local news when we continue here on WCLU. It is 6:17, 58 degrees.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
In more local news at this hour, February the 14th is not just Valentine's Day, it's National Donors Day, which aims to serve as a reminder of the importance of discussing the life-saving possibilities of organ and tissue donation. Thanks to the Circuit Court Clerk's Office of Kentucky, showing the heart on your driver's license is the perfect way to start a conversation about love and legacy. Chrissy Fields, Barron County Circuit Court Clerk, said, "We encourage everyone to use National Donor Day to discuss organ donation with those closest to you. Joining Joining the Organ Donor Registry means you have made the decision to save and heal lives at the time of your death if you are eligible. It won't happen for many years, but at that time, what an amazing gift to give someone a second chance at life. A last act of love and kindness to another soul. Close quote. Currently, more than 1,000 people are awaiting a life-saving transplant in Kentucky, with more than 114,000 waiting nationwide. Every day, 22 people die waiting. Everyone is eligible to register as a donor when you renew your driver's license online at registerme.org. There are no health or age limits. The dollar donations at Circuit Court Clerks' driver's license counters and other philanthropic partners, including CODA and COSAIR charities, fund the statewide community outreach and public relations efforts to grow the registry. Kentucky was recently recognized by Donate Life America for outstanding increases in registry rates. For more information, call 1-866-945-5433 or visit trustforlife.org. Kentucky's top Senate leader introduced legislation to require lobby executive branch agencies to have the same reporting requirements as legislative lobbyists. During a speech on the Senate floor yesterday, Senator Robert Stivers from Manchester talked about bribery convictions over the last 2 years, particularly involving Tim Longmire, the personal secretary under former Governor Steve Beshear, who's currently serving a sentence in federal prison. Stivers said some of the people who were convicted avoided being known as lobbyists. He says, quote, "These people were staying under the cover of darkness by calling themselves consultants and not registering as lobbyists." In quoting testimony from one of the trials, Stivers said they wanted to make sure they didn't register as lobbyists because it was too much paperwork. Stivers' bill would require those who lobby the executive branch agencies to register as lobbyists, not consultants, disclose their fees from clients, and ban contingent fees based on a percentage of the contract award. Legislation would also prohibit executive branch employees from leaving to work for a company to whom a contract was awarded. The ethics bill is a top priority for Stivers in this year's legislative session, which resumed yesterday. The session is scheduled to end in late March. The bill did not come up for a floor vote because it has not been heard yet in committee. And Governor Matt Bevin will deliver his 2019 State of the Commonwealth address to the members of the General Assembly and fellow Kentuckians tonight. The address will be live streamed on the governor's official Facebook page and also on KET starting at 6 o'clock Central, being broadcast live from the House chambers in the State Capitol building. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. It is currently 6:21 and 58 degrees. Up next, it's news from around the Commonwealth and KNN News.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chatzman. Safety officials are concerned about flooding after heavy rains fell in central Kentucky. Forecasters estimated that up to 3 inches accumulated through Wednesday evening. Flood warnings were issued by the U.S. Forest Service yesterday. High waters caused officials to close roads in the Red River Gorge and in areas of the Daniel Boone National Forest. Calls are being made for lawmakers to change Kentucky's marijuana laws. Advocates filled the Capitol Rotunda in Frankfort yesterday, asking for legal changes. 4 cannabis-related bills have been introduced since the legislative session began in January. A council tasked with helping victims in Kentucky inducts its second class.
In its second year, the members of the 2019-2020 Survivors Council were introduced in Frankfort. Anita Franklin is a survivor and one of the newest members of the council.
It's our viewpoint which is impactful, and it will result in positive results.
The council is made up of 20 people who are survivors of crimes including human trafficking, sexual assault, child abuse, and more. I'm Haley Hansen.
Mental health advocates filled the Capitol Rotunda in Frankfort Wednesday. The National Alliance on Mental Illness held its 7th annual rally for mental health. Melanie Cunningham is a member and tells WLKY.
There's a lot of stigma around mental illness. So mental illness is no different from having cancer or fibromyalgia or anything.
The Alliance shared the work that is being done to further their mission in Kentucky and highlight what they see as policy priorities for the regular session. And officials say traffic fatalities on Kentucky highways are down for the 2nd year in a row. The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety says that preliminary figures show there were 722 highway fatalities in 2018, down from 782 in 2017. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
WCLU local news time is 6:26. We have 58 degrees. We recorded 2 3/23 of an inch of rain in the past 24 hours. In-area funeral announcements this hour. Emma Jean Sharp, age 78, of Glasgow, died Tuesday. Arrangements for Emma Jean Sharp are incomplete at this hour, but will be announced later by McMurtry Funeral Home. Wilma Jean Pettigo, age 70, of Cave City, died Tuesday at UK Medical Center. She worked as a supervisor for several years at Kentucky Pants Factory as well as many other factories in Glasgow and in Cave City. She was a 1966 graduate of Glasgow High School and a member of the Cave City Church of Christ, and most recently the Three Forks Church of Christ in Smiths Grove. Survivors include her husband of 52 years, Bobby Pettigo, 2 daughters, Michelle Pettigo Meredith and Stacy Pettigo Lewis, both of Cave City. 4 grandchildren, Tyler and Cameron Meredith, Caitlin and Connor Lewis, all of Cave City. 2 great-grandchildren, Adelaide and Layla Meredith of Cave City. A brother, Philip Ward of Glasgow. 2 brothers-in-law, Elvin Dean Pace and Danny Pettigo of Cave City. Service for Wilma Jean Pettigo will be at 1 o'clock Saturday at A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home, burial in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation Friday at 11 o'clock and Saturday morning until time for service. The families request donations to the Kentucky Organ Donors Affiliates of Louisville. Larry Maddock, Jr., age 73, of Bowling Green, died Tuesday at Hospice House of Southern Kentucky. Larry was a U.S. Army veteran and served in Germany during Vietnam. He retired as an electrician with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local No. 1. He is survived by 2 daughters, Jessica Schick of Salmon, Idaho, and Rebecca Maddock of Granite City, Illinois, a brother, Patrick Maddock of Bowling Green. 3 grandchildren, Dylan Schick, Angela, and Cameron Griffin. Visitation for Larry Maddock Jr. will be held at 3 o'clock today at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Memorial contributions can be made to Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Saloma Miller, age 86, of Munfordville, died Tuesday at her home. She is survived by her husband Leroy Miller, sons Chester, Reuben, Danny, and Marvin Miller, daughters Sarah Miller, Ada Byler, Mary Gingrich, Catherine Kurtz, Lena Gingrich, and Bertha Yoder. Brother Noah Miller, Sister Mary Miller, 53 grandchildren, 93 great-grandchildren. Funeral services for Saloma Miller will be at 9:30 Friday at the residence of Dan L. Miller, with burial to follow in the Logston Valley Amish Cemetery. Visitation is in progress at the home of Saloma and Leroy Miller at 2313 Logston Valley Road in Munfordville. The Seago Funeral Home is assisting the family with those arrangements. Charlene Minton Vaughn, age 71, of Munfordville, died Monday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. She was a former hairdresser and a member of the Litchfield Crossing Baptist Church. She is survived by special nephews Josh Minton of Munfordville and Timothy Schwalm of Litchfield, special niece Sarah Skaggs of Glasgow. Other special nephews also survive, including Jason Skaggs of Munfordville, Lynn Skaggs of Glasgow, Jimmy, Bobby, and Justin Minton of Munfordville, and Jasper Minton of Glasgow, and her brother-in-law David Skaggs. Funeral services for Charlene Minton Vaughn will be Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Brooks Funeral Home. Interment is to be in the Munfordville Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Glenn Knight, age 71, of Linwood, died Tuesday at Kindred Hospital in Louisville after an extended illness. Glenn was a lifelong resident of Linwood, where he served 2 terms as a Hart County magistrate. He was the founder and proprietor of Knight's Tire Service, which served the citizens of Hart and adjoining counties for over 35 years. In his later years, he enjoyed spending time on his farm and with his family and friends. He is survived by 3 sons, Kendall Knight of Bonita Springs, Florida, and Ricky Knight of Pensacola, Florida, and Joshua Knight of Linwood. Funeral services for Glenn Knight will be Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Brooks Funeral Home, with interment to be in the Timber Lake Cemetery in Munfordville. Visitation will be from 4 until 8 Saturday and from 10 until 2 Sunday at the Brooks Funeral Home. Sue Ann Harper Hurt, age 72, of Glasgow, died Tuesday at her residence. She worked in factories, and she is survived by her husband Jimmy, 3 sons, Jimmy Darrell Hurt, Farrell, and Timmy Hurt of Glasgow, 4 sisters, Loretta Anderson and Carolyn Vibbert of Glasgow, Mary Lewis Watt of Summershade, and Mary Allen of Cave City, 1 brother, Danny Harper of Cookeville, Tennessee, 6 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. Funeral service for Sue Ann Harper Hurt will be Friday at 1 o'clock at the McMurtry Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Lick Branch Cemetery. Visitation today from 2 until 8 and after 7 o'clock Friday until time for service. Services for Zora Jane Decker, 88, of Park City, will be Friday at 1 o'clock at Little Flock Missionary Baptist Church, interment to be in the Little Flock Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 11 o'clock at Brooks Funeral Home. Services for William Bill York, 69, of Glasgow, will be today at 2 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Service for Edgar Evan Sproul, Jr., 69, of Tompkinsville, will be today at 2 o'clock at Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Service for Doris G. Adams, 85, of E-Town, will be today at 10 o'clock at Wynn Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Services for James Jim Bowman, 95, of Munfordville, will be at 11 o'clock today in the chapel of the Seago Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Munfordville Municipal Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Barron County Business Supply. For all your home office, business, and school supply needs. They've just received another truckload of high-quality scratch and dent furniture at incredible savings. Chairs, desks, cabinets, more savings and more selection from Barron County Business Supply. Free next-day delivery to anywhere in South Central Kentucky. There's several ways to place your order. Visit their website online at bcbsupply.com. Call toll-free at 1-866-9-BARRON. Barron County Business Supply, the area's #1 supplier of office products.
.633 at WCLU and 58 degrees outside. We'll check in with Ray Stage. You can see where we're going with this rain in just a minute. Let's turn to local sports. In high school basketball coming up tonight in a girl-boy doubleheader, Allen County Scottsville travels to Metcalfe County and South Warren visits Franklin Simpson. In girls action, Hart County welcomes Louisville Fairdale and Greenwood hosts Butler County. Coaches and administrators from around the 15th District met Wednesday night in Tompkinsville to finalize pairings for the district basketball tournament, which will be held at Monroe County High School. On the boys' side, Glasgow and Allen County Scottsville tied for the regular season district title, so a draw was held to determine the number 1 seed for that postseason, and Glasgow ended up with the top spot. That means the Scotties will take on Barron County on Monday, February the 18th at 6 p.m. in the opening game of the tournament. That will also be followed the same night with Allen County Scottsville going up against Monroe County at 7:45. The boys' championship game will be played on Thursday, February the 21st at 6 p.m. The girls' pairings had already been determined prior to last night's meeting. Top-seeded Glasgow will take on Monroe County at 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 19th. That'll be followed by number 2 seed Barron County facing off against Allen County Scottsville at 7:45. The girls' championship game is set for Friday, February the 22nd at 6 p.m. Admission each night is going to be $5, and the gates will open to the public at 4:45. WCLU will once again have live coverage of every game of the girls and boys 15th District tournaments, as well as each game of the 4th Region tournament the following week. And that's a check of local sports.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
6:35 and 58 degrees here at WCLU. And let's see, I think we're going to do the rain, do the conversation about the rain. And Ray Stajic has that. And here we go.
Flood watch will stay in place until midnight tonight. We've seen rounds of heavy rainfall, and there's more rain and thunderstorms in the forecast. Rain will fall heavily, and now that the ground is saturated, it's not going to take long to start seeing the flooding occur or reoccur in spots that maybe have already seen some flooding. And you throw in some record warmth, boy, it sounds like springtime, doesn't it? We'll continue to see rounds of rain this morning, some of it heavy at times and embedded thunderstorms. There'll be breaks in the action at times. More scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The greatest threat, locally heavy rainfall, 70 degrees. Overnight tonight, occasional rain early, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then much colder later, 22 degrees. I'm not sure we've got to worry about wet road surfaces freezing over. We're going to keep that in mind, as that could happen for tomorrow morning. And then sunshine with clouds, much colder tomorrow, 35. Teens tomorrow night. Saturday, more clouds than sun, upper 30s. And then more rain on Sunday and Monday. Highs in the mid to upper 40s. It could rain right on into Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yes, we have a flash flood watch. It's a treacherous day out there. It has been difficult, 2 23/100ths of an inch of rain. In fact, I'm going to move right over here and we're not going to talk about the weather. We're going to talk about a traffic accident that has just occurred. From WCLU Newsroom, WCLU has been notified of a wreck that has just occurred on West Main Street in Glasgow, just down from Los Mariachis, where a vehicle appears to have overturned on the sidewalk. Motorists should proceed with caution. That's right. This is on West Main Street, just down from Los Mariachis, where a vehicle appears to be overturned on the sidewalk. Motorists should proceed with caution in the area, actually avoid the area, and lots of ways to work your way around that down just below Los Mariachis on West Main Street. And let's let emergency personnel do their job, and we'll keep you posted. It is 58 degrees now at WCLU.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
They do make it fun at Ralphie's, you know that. Let me get over here and see where we're going with the birthday anniversary club today. How about Mr. Will Hampton? Can you believe Will Hampton is 22 today? That's right, 22 for Will Hampton. It is Patty Thomason turning 35. Matthew Shepard. Matthew is having a birthday today. It's Carolyn King. Let me get over here. Carolyn King with a birthday today. Ashley Livingston is celebrating. Charleston Ennis celebrates. Here's that 40 gongaree. Nathan Houchins is his name, and 40 is his gong. So happy 40th birthday to Nathan Houchins today. Kelsey Russell is 13 today. Laura Lee Riley is 22. Katie is 25 today. Daryl Beam, Jean Lyle. It's all birthdays today so far. By the way, it's Jennifer Gibson Day here on the radio by special request. If you happen to see Jennifer Gibson around town today, we'd love it if you'd pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. In the Wings Archives.
You dream of a career in healthcare. Make your dream a reality at WKU in Glasgow. From dental assisting to phlebotomy to clinical medical assisting, we offer affordable, convenient classes that fit your busy schedule. Some can be completed in as little as 9 weeks. Employers are looking for qualified healthcare professionals. The right career training can help you stand above the rest. Classes begin in March, so register today at wku.edu/Glasgow/training. Life at the top is worth the climb.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. Those are the words of the great 19th century playwright Oscar Wilde, and those words are still true as it relates to where you fill your prescriptions, get fit for medical devices, and purchase gifts for holidays and special occasions. I'm Robert Oliver, pharmacist and owner of the Glasgow Prescription Center in the Southgate Plaza, and I proudly and unapologetically would like to state that there's only one Glasgow Prescription Center. Growing up in this community, I've seen many pharmacists come and go, and being active and serving in our Chamber of Commerce, I can also say proudly that I believe our future is bright. That's why I've invested in having the best facilities and continue to invest in having a staff that represents the quality of service Glasgow Prescription Center has strived for since 1970 and continues to deliver today. So as the decades pass and the landscape of our community changes, you can guarantee there's only one Glasgow Prescription Center, and while we are subject to imitation, you'll never find a duplication of our commitment to you and our hometown.
Good morning, everybody. 6:41, 19 till 7 o'clock. Again, drive with caution. Traffic accident down on West Main Street in Glasgow, just down from Los Mariachis. Don't know anything about injuries or anything like that, but the vehicle does appear to be overturned on the sidewalk. So be sure and proceed with caution as you make your way through that area this morning. How about archiving it? That's right, what we're going to do. 100 years of history. It's the Archives on WCLU, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services and by Amedisys Home Health. Two great sponsors and a great gentleman. Sam Terry is going to join me to share all of this in just a moment.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Hello, I'm Kathy Murray. Did you know that some healthcare professionals still make house calls? Amedisys Home Health is a group of compassionate professionals who deliver the best care to our patients in their homes. Whether you're recovering from a surgery or recuperating from an illness, our home health nurses, aides, and therapists can provide medication and treatment to you in your home. Ask your doctors if you qualify for home health care, or call Amedisys Home Health Care at 270-651-7640.
Let me say good morning to Sam Terry. Sam, you got your galoshes on this morning?
I have. I believe we're going to need them yet again today.
Yeah, it's we're at let's see, 2 point. I got to look at the rain gauge in a minute here, but we're getting close to 2.5 inches in the last 24 hours. That's pretty serious rainfall. That's why we're under flash flood watch. I hope nobody's hurt out here on West Main Street where the accident's reported where the vehicle is overturned. Let's just work our way around it, okay?
All right.
Let's get on the air right here, and this is, well, first of all, I don't know whether you caught the story yet that Wes had with Miss Carter, but it was a fascinating story to think about Miss Mary Carter, having turned 100 with a celebration out at Barron County Healthcare yesterday. And if you missed it last hour, catch it at 7 o'clock. It's a neat story. And I thought, well, she had lived the entire length of the archives. And
exactly.
So a lot of these things in here are, she has experienced them. 100 years ago this day, Mr. Harry Everett, a former resident of Glasgow, is here and probably will open a pawn brokerage business within the next few days. Mr. Everett was recently discharged from the United States Army, and he has seen service in France, and he now carries 2 machine gun bullets in his leg, which he received in the battle. Hey, if you don't believe he was there, look at this injury to the leg. My goodness. And I'm sure that's a nice way to get the locals to support one of our young soldiers coming back home, Sam.
Perhaps so. I didn't have a lot of success learning more about Mr. Everett, even as hard as I tried.
Mm-hmm.
But Glasgow's always welcomed our veterans back home and embraced them and helped to stand behind them in any way.
Yes, that's a tradition we need to continue if we get in that situation again. All right, 1929. This headline reads in the Republican: "Logs floating south." I would perk up and look at that. And here's the deal: during the recent tide in Cumberland River, a large number of logs were moved to Nashville. Most of the, and this is a word you don't use every day in journalism, Sam, most of the merchantable timber. You got to say that one, you got to separate that one out. It's merchantable timber within reach of the river has been sold and shipped to the cities. Efforts are being made to preserve the young timber near the river. So they were dealing with water, too, 90 years ago, 1929, in sort of a different manner, you believe?
It certainly sounds like it. Wow.
This day in 1939, here's a little rich heritage being exchanged here in 1939. Mayor Wynne Davis has received 2 interesting pieces of literature from Glasgow, Scotland. The first that he got in the mail was a 200-page souvenir booklet containing data and illustrations concerning the city and its myriads of industries, activities, and personalities. The second is a pamphlet in the form of a tourist guide. The publications were accompanied by a request for pictures of various points of interest here, as well as a photo of the mayor and other public officials. It is said there are only 6 Glasgows in the world. We hope the other 5 at some point of time get to be as good as the town of Glasgow, Kentucky. We're going to take a quick break, and Wes will come back and help you, Sam.
It's a super simple way to save when you take advantage of the Early Bird Hibachi Special at Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. Every afternoon from 2 until 5, you can enjoy steak and chicken, or steak and shrimp, or chicken and shrimp for just $15 each. So many ways to take advantage of this Early Bird Special, from family outings to office meetings to just getting ahead of the crowd. The Early Bird Hibachi Special, steak and chicken, steak and shrimp, or chicken and shrimp, just $15 each from 2 till 5 at Shogun Bistro of Glasgow.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
We're back here on the archives, joined with Sam Terry, and we're going to pick up here at 19 and 49. Sam, okay?
Absolutely.
And we didn't just read 49, did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We're ready to go with 49.
All right. Well, it says here that one of Barron County's landmarks was lost when the house of Mr. and Mrs. Herlin M. Snoddy near Old Zion was destroyed by a fire Friday afternoon with almost a complete loss of contents. Mr. and Mrs. Snoddy were at home and discovered the fire about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mrs. Snoddy is 75 and Mr. Snoddy is 82, and both were suffering with arthritis, but managed to summons neighbors by ringing the farm bell. The fire spread too rapidly to salvage much of the contents, and insurance on both the house and the contents was reported have been only $1,200. Mr. and Mrs. Snoddy were removed to the home of their daughter, Mrs. Spencer Rennick, of Route 1 in Park City, where they will live, I guess, here after the fire. So the substantial old house was known in the past years as the Allen Place, and there's an archivist note here that says the house destroyed was actually that of Mr. and Mrs. Thomas H. Snoddy, as confirmed by their grandson, William Lester Thomas. Herlin M. was the brother of Thomas H. Snoddy. So a retraction or a correction or of some sort there for 1949. Do you know any more about this story, Sam?
I don't. I wish I did, but it's also a reminder to all of us today that even in the past, newspapers sometimes made mistakes and got the wrong name, and not saying that you can't believe everything you read in the paper, but you need to confirm the facts there and make sure that the places and people are actually the ones that you think they are in some of those stories.
Well, and I guess word travels fast when you get it wrong, too. So we've got that figured out. This day in 1959, I'm going to show a picture here on our webcam right here where we're announcing some nuptials. Here it is. Mr. and Mrs. Cecil Crewdson Wilson announced the marriage of their daughter, Mary Cecile, to Larry Douglas Garman, son of Mrs. Drury Valent Garman and the late Mr. Garman. The ceremony was solemnized at 4 o'clock Saturday on November 29th of 1958. The couple are enrolled at the University of Kentucky. And with the recent passing of Mr. Larry Garman, this is weighing heavy on our hearts today, Sam.
It is, and they certainly made a great couple and contributed so much to our community and still are contributing to it in a variety of ways.
Mrs. Garman in this picture was a lovely lady, and still, I might add, lovely today.
She is indeed. So
we kind of have a soft spot in our heart for that story right there, and we're just proud to have known the Garman family and the Wilsons because of the fact that they do leave such a wonderful legacy here in South Central Kentucky. We'll move on, Sam, to our story for 1969. This is out of the Republican, where Mrs. Fred Ganner was elected president of the Glasgow Garden Club. And I'm sure folks have a lot of good stories about Mrs. Fred Ganner, who seems to be well known in history.
She was. That was Kate Dickinson Ganner, and I had the privilege of getting to be her neighbor for a few years and still enjoy some of her daffodils out in the backyard to this day. And of course, the Garden Club has been around since the 1930s and has had a number of projects. One of the biggest being the landscaping at the entrance of the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery.
Something to really be proud of.
It is indeed.
That is, you don't think about it, but when folks you think about come to Glasgow, a lot of times they're coming for a funeral or to visit a gravesite, and so it's important. And I'm glad the Garden Club found that importance to keep that looking good, because they know that it is a symbol of what we are here as a community. So that is 1969, Sam. We have another story from 79 out of the Glasgow Daily Times that reads as follows. Miss Joetta Harlow will be representing the junior class in what they're calling the Valentine Queen Pageant, which is at Campbellsville College. That's the story out of 79, Miss Joetta Harlow.
Joetta today would be known as Joetta Harlow Kelly, and she sort of switched colleges. She's now an adjunct professor at Murray State University.
Wow.
In western Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. That's a good school, too. This day in 1989, we have the Glasgow Daily Times reporting that a Park City man by the name of James David Lisenby was killed after being attacked by a bull at his home. Scary. A sad story. Really sad story. James David Lisenby, who's remembered today on the archives. 1999, winter season for the Singing Association opens at the Larrabee Mitchell Clubhouse with the Gospelaires, the Spear Family, and the Gospel Crusaders. So some good singing going on there at our municipal clubhouse. I don't know if it was a municipal clubhouse at that point, or was it, Sam?
It was.
It was, okay. This day in 2009, we have a Cave City Boat and Outdoor Show that's going to be held at the Cave City Convention Center, February 13th, 14th, and 15th. So that way, couldn't have planned it for a worse weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. Hey, honey, let's go look at boats. Or maybe your significant other likes boats. Either way, there was some competition that weekend.
It might have been a perfect weekend for some people and their Valentine. You never know.
You just don't know. You just don't know. If it was the gun show, would have been crickets. That was 10 years ago in 2009, and that wraps up this segment of the archives for today, Sam. Another good round.
It is, and we've got another segment coming tomorrow.
And we look forward to hearing from you, as does our audience here on WCLU. Sam, thank you so much for your contributions.
You're welcome. And one thing that I think we shouldn't fail to mention, West, is that the Cultural Center has their Black History Month event coming up this Saturday at the Cultural Center.
1 o'clock.
The Liberty District Layman League men's singing group, and there's also an exhibit that's going to be available for viewing as well. And I can feel very confident those are going to be good things.
Thank you for reminding me about that, Sam. You're exactly right. Of course, that's at 1 o'clock p.m. Gospel music from slavery to present day. That's going to be presented by Pastor Chris Curry in the Oak Grove Baptist Church. And as you said, the Liberty District Layman Choir as well. So if that doesn't get you excited about history, I don't know what does, because you're going to get to learn a lot, but you'll also be very entertained. And so that's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. It'd be a great afternoon to go check that out. So thank you for reminding me about that, Sam.
And great. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Have a good afternoon. See you.
You too.
All right. Sam Terry, local historian. And while we have you, just want to let you know again that we have been notified by one of our audience members that a wreck has occurred on West Main in Glasgow, just down from Los Mariachis, where a vehicle appears to be overturned on the sidewalk. So motorists do need to proceed with caution in that area. We'll pause now and come back with a little bit more of information for you, as well as time to get your thinking caps on, too. Stay tuned here on WCLU.
If you hadn't been to Colton Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with melted in chipotle butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouthwatering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse, now open in Bardstown.
At Southern Kentucky Collision, we know a lot about the weather, not so much about the science, but we see firsthand how weather can contribute to accidents, collisions, and mishaps that are dangerous and costly. We encourage you to know the weather and increase your awareness and remove any distractions when weather conditions worsen. Southern Kentucky Collision has many satisfied customers who were involved in weather-related mishaps. That's why we encourage you to pay attention at all times, but certainly when the weather turns bad. If you experience a mishap, call on the experience of Southern Kentucky Collision. 37 years developing an impeccable reputation of quality work and customer satisfaction. Located just across the track on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, let us take the hassle out of repairing a damaged vehicle. Need to talk? Call 270-65 451-6413.
6:58 and 58 degrees. That's easy enough to remember. And we are looking at a rainy day all day long. Let's go ahead and jump back into the forecast. And here is let's hear from our sponsor of the forecast first, South Central Bank.
South Central Bank is your first choice for banking solutions. Want to know more? Just listen to Owen Lambert at South Central Bank in Glasgow.
I've been involved in the financial services industry for 38 years. Our goal at South Central Bank, customer service and the customer's needs ahead of things, and we'll take as much time as it takes and spare no effort to make sure that we deliver on that kind of promise. And I think that sets us apart. What we do is we create unique, custom-made customer solutions where no two have to be exactly the same. We want unique experiences. We want every customer to feel special, to feel wanted, and more than anything, feel valuable.
South Central Bank with 29 convenient locations. Find them online at southcentralbank.com.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Flood watch will stay in place until midnight tonight. We'll continue to see rounds of rain this morning, some of it heavy at times and embedded thunderstorms. There'll be breaks in the action at times. More scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The greatest threat, locally heavy rainfall, 70 degrees. Overnight tonight, occasional rain early, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then much colder later, 22 degrees. And then sunshine with clouds, much colder tomorrow, 35. Teens tomorrow night. Saturday, more clouds than sun, upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Ray Staging, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, thank you there, Ray. You can see that we're kind of in for it here a little bit. I'm looking at the constant coverage studio radar screen. The heavy rainfall is making its way up to the northeast. It's moved to the northeast, but some lighter rain shower activity is kind of moving in here in the southern part of Barron County, and that extends back to the west all the way to about Hopkinsville this morning. So it's soppy. Remember, we're under that flash flood watch all the way till tomorrow morning. Let's see, we've had 2 and 6/10, 2.60 in the rain gauge, and we haven't. The temperature has not dropped one bit. So the cold air, the after the front, hasn't moved in yet. So we're just going to settle in and deal with it. Drive with caution. I haven't talked to the newsroom here in a few minutes about the situation out on West Main Street, but let's go ahead and factor that in. Out West Main Street, an accident that occurred down below Los Mariachis, and a car was overturned on the sidewalk. That's all we know, but just stay out of the area. Weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
The colder air has arrived. Are you ready at home to deal with the colder air? Glasgow Building Supply is ready to help you with a quality Eden Pure heater. Keep your home warm with the efficiency of the Eden Pure. It comes in the low-profile version or the tower version with the new and improved copper XH hybrid heat technology. Available in walnut and in maple, and available in the low-profile and the tower size. Come to Glasgow Building Supply. You will see how inexpensive heating your home can be. That's Glasgow Building Supply on 31E Bypass in Glasgow.
The new Hardee's is now open in Glasgow. Normally, when someone moves into the neighborhood, you welcome them, preferably with biscuits. But we already make biscuits from scratch, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and 100% Angus beef thick burgers. So don't you go welcoming us. We can welcome ourselves and shake our own hands. But that doesn't mean if you visit us, we won't welcome you. And welcoming you with welcome biscuits is all we need to welcome ourselves. Got it? Good. Welcome to the neighborhood. Us, next to Glasgow High School on Columbia Avenue. Hardee's, because it tastes better. Now open.
Money may not grow on trees, but it does grow at Citizens First. Hi, I'm Candy Wethington, branch manager at our Glasgow West Cherry branch. We have a checking account at Citizens First that earns you real interest on your money, more than most CDs. Our Platinum Plus checking account. Our staff makes moving your account to Citizens First simple and seamless by helping you through the process. We're committed to a bright future for both you and our community. Citizens First, the best choice for the best checking accounts. Stop by today to open your Platinum Plus account, member FDIC.
What's keeping you from living the way you know God wants you to live? What's keeping you away from time in prayer? Maybe it's that you're too ashamed of what you've done or said. Shame very often encourages us to hide from the presence of God. This is where many of us find ourselves. We're ashamed of what we've done. We're ashamed of what we've said. and now we're on the run from the presence of God. We really know, it's impossible to run and hide from God. Man's ways are before the eyes of God, and God examines all our paths. Our shame actually ought to drive us to the only one who can cover us. It ought to cause us to run to the only one who can protect us. Don't be ashamed. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
All right. Thank you there, Bart. 58 degrees. We're going to ask a trivia question, but let me it's so neat to learn how the archives affects people, and I'm going to throw this out here real quick because it's so close, but talk with Anthony Bennett. Anthony's heard the story that Wes did about 1999, and the Gospel Airs being one of the groups down at the Liberty Mitchell Clubhouse Winter Sing, and he was telling me that his granddaddy sang in the Gospel Airs. His granddaddy, Ernest Dixon, he said a lot of folks will know Ernest because of his years spent working at Ben & Humber Tractor and working at Fred Smith, Massey Ferguson dealer, and he's worked on a lot of tractors. Of course, he's gone now, but anyway, a lot of memories there for a lot of folks here. I appreciate Anthony Bennett telling us about his granddaddy, Ernest Dixon. In the Gospel Airs, we're going to play trivia right now.
We want pretzel crust! We want
Pretzel Crust fans, rejoice because it's back by popular demand. Little Caesars Large Soft Pretzel Crust Pizza featuring a creamy cheddar cheese sauce, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend surrounded by a delicious salted soft pretzel crust for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 and only $6 from the home of Pretzel Crust Pizza, Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax.
All right, 7:05, and come on out to Little Caesars. You know, the prize of the pizza on trivia is very popular. Folks love that Little Caesars pizza. I'm going to give one away right now. And today's trivia question is to see, we're going to see how well-read you are, okay? You've heard of folks being referred to as being well-read. Well, here we go. I want you to tell me, what is the land of the giants called in Gulliver's Travels? Perhaps you're familiar with Gulliver's Travels. Perhaps you're familiar with Jonathan Swift. Well, in the land of the giants is where a part of Gulliver's Travels takes place. What is the name of the land of the giants in Gulliver's Travels? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Hello, Trivia.
Brobdingnag.
That is correct. And who's this speaking?
It's Benny Lyle.
Benny, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Now, when you were getting that PhD, did you have to study Brobdingnag?
I did not.
I had to practice saying it.
Well, I'm sure I messed it up pretty good.
No, it's Brobdingnag. Brobdingnag. Okay. Brobdingnag. Actually, I got online and went to a pronunciation, a place I use for helping with pronunciations, and it was unanimous. Brobdingnag, a fictional land in Jonathan Swift's 1726 satirical novel Gulliver's Travel, occupied by the... Go ahead.
You're admitting to us you need some help every now and then, too.
I do. I need help about every moment, indeed.
Okay.
But I said, well, this is kind of neat. I want to see how to pronounce this correctly.
Yeah.
And it's Brobdingnag.
That's a good tool I have on the computer.
It is.
That often myself.
For sure. Well, now here's the thing. I'm thinking that, of course, going back to 1726. I mean, that was a very popular series there, Gulliver's Travels. But that's a very difficult word if you want to make your book popular.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that wasn't the main focus there, but
I wouldn't think so. No.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it where you can have a pizza, and you can go to Brobdingnag and enjoy the pizza. How about that?
As long as they don't make you pronounce it when you.
No, that's right. It's got. There's actually. I was reading somewhere when I was preparing for today. There is actually. For the first series, it was spelled wrong. It was spelled Brobdingrag.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty deep, but nonetheless, it's history. And you're proving again you're well read. We knew that ahead of time, but that was the crux of the question. See you, Benny.
All right, thanks, Andy.
See you later. Bye-bye. Brobdingnag. That's where the land of the giants is in Gulliver's Travels. Benny Lyle today. Why not you tomorrow? Thanks to the good folks at Little Caesars.
CBS News Update. Virginians are wondering who will be leading their state, with both the governor and state attorney general now embroiled in blackface scandals, and the lieutenant governor accused of sex assault. CBS's Jim Krasula is in Richmond.
Shaking his head over the state's sudden political turmoil, Democrat delegate Lamont Bagby is looking to a higher power.
We're going to pray, we're going to work together, and if God brought us to it, he'll take us through it.
Like many here, in and out of politics, the head of the Legislative Black Caucus wonders what's next.
If neither of the three top officials, each of them a Democrat, continues in office, the job would go to the Republican House Speaker. Kirk Cox won a seat in a coin flip last year. UVA political analyst Larry Sabato.
Virginia has become strongly Democratic, and the opposition would be enormous to having a conservative Republican succeed to the governorship. It's just not going to happen.
CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
Experience no-hassle shopping at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow. Ford's Furniture. Furniture you know. People you trust.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow. Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like-new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Is your home ready for a fresh look? Fords in England can make it happen. From traditional to modern, special orders take only a couple of weeks. In fact, if your England special order isn't ready for delivery in 30 days, it's free at Ford's Furniture in Bowling Green and Glasgow. Did you know Ford's Furniture offers Power Assist lift chairs? We have a great selection available in a variety of colors and fabrics from petite to large for a perfect fit. And Ford's offers a hassle-free shopping experience and timely full-service delivery and setup from Ford's Furniture.
Danny Duval wanted to get his teeth fixed, and he had a good sense about how to get it done.
I called 2 or 3 different doctors, and of course, I remember Dr. Thurman done that kind of work. And I knowed him back years ago when he worked for Dr. Hayes in Edmonton. I decided to go with him. It was an excellent decision, yes, real good decision, yes.
So Danny had a meet and greet with Dr. Thurman, and they came up with a plan.
He checked it all out and said it needed to be done, and we set up a date. And we done it. Wouldn't rush me or nothing, no pressure at all.
That's like so many of Dr. Thurman's patients who say there is no pressure about what to do or when, and there is no pain.
Really wasn't no pain at all. I had it done like on a Friday and Monday I was back at work.
What was Danny Duval's biggest surprise? I think he liked smiling again.
Oh yeah, yeah, big time. And everybody said they really looked good.
Don't be intimidated or afraid to get a better bite. Call Dr. Jim Thurman at Glasgow Dental Care today at 270-651-5939.
WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. Yesterday on WCLU, the Good as Gold person of the day was Mary D. Carter. Miss Carter turned 100 years old yesterday. They had a reception for her at Barron County Nursing and Rehabilitation yesterday, and a large turnout was on hand. I spoke with Mrs. Carter, and she said she didn't feel 100 at all.
How does it feel to be 100 years old today?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Do you feel?
I've had a good life.
Do you feel 100 years old?
No.
Not at all, huh?
No.
Now, you used to work at the farm, right? Y'all had the farm, Hillcrest Farm? Is that right? The county farm?
Yes, I did. I loved it. I had 6 masters and county judge. feed them. They love to come.
That's great.
Two men on farm committee. They'd come once a month when we had to get along with the stock. Everything else. I'm fine except that bull. But I'm careful with him.
Mm-hmm.
Six Nation can judge Louis Nunn and Carol Richard too.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. They love to come.
Mm-hmm.
They just, when you gonna fix another meal?
What'd you say?
Whenever you're ready, you on Facebook. That was part of my salary.
Mm-hmm.
First, my groceries.
Mm-hmm.
But all I done was the cooking, and they loved to come. And they would surprise me. I kept something that I could take out of the freezer real quick and put in the microwave and thaw.
Mm-hmm.
When some masters come, from to have something to eat with me. I loved it.
Mrs. Carter and her husband worked the Hillcrest County farm many years ago. Now she's a resident at Barron County Nursing and Rehab, where the staff said she is just a joy to be around.
She is just a joy to have. She's a very special lady. I enjoy hearing her stories about country ham and all the things that she's done in her life. And so glad that we can celebrate this wonderful day, 100 years. And she doesn't look 100 years old at all.
Not at all.
No, she doesn't.
Barron County Judge Executive Michael Hill made a proclamation declaring it Mary D. Carter Day, February the 6th, 2019. And of course, Miss Carter was quick on her feet.
So we prepared a proclamation.
I can't hear it. Go ahead.
What we've done, we have prepared a proclamation for you today. Okay. Making this Mary D. Weedy Carter Day. Okay.
So from all of us here at WCLU, happy birthday, Miss Carter. You sure are good as gold. In more local news, at approximately 2:49 yesterday morning, Deputy Josh Ford with the Barron County Sheriff's Office observed a white pickup truck driving erratically on the Berry Store Road. Before a traffic stop could be made, Deputy Ford saw the vehicle go off the side of the roadway in a curve after the driver lost control. At that time, the driver got out of the vehicle and fled on foot. Deputy Ford made contact with the male and female passenger that was still in the truck, and they were able to give a description of the male driver who fled, but stated they didn't know his name. While running the vehicle's license plate, it was confirmed that the plate did not belong to the vehicle. Deputy Ford then ran the VIN number, and the vehicle was confirmed stolen out of Glasgow. Upon searching the vehicle, several tools were found that were believed to also be stolen, as well as 2 bags containing suspected methamphetamine. Both passengers were arrested at the scene. The driver was later located in a nearby field by a civilian and was taken into custody without further incident. The driver was identified as being John Wheat, age 54, of Glasgow. Wheat was charged with criminal mischief 3rd degree, leaving the scene of an accident, fleeing or evading police 2nd degree on foot, receiving stolen property under $10,000, and receiving stolen property under $500, as well as possession of a controlled substance 1st degree, first offense methamphetamine, wanton endangerment 1st degree, driving too fast for traffic conditions, and reckless driving. Passengers Scotty Wicks, 35, of Glasgow, and Mary Coates, age 27, of Horse Cave, were charged with receiving stolen property under $10,000 and under $500 and possession of a controlled substance 1st degree methamphetamine. All were lodged in the Barron County Jail. Also, later that morning at 5:04, the Barron County Sheriff's Office responded to a complaint call on Coles Bend Road. Upon arrival, several subjects were contacted inside the residence. During the investigation, several items of drug paraphernalia and narcotics were located inside the residence. Casey Rogers, 34, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance 3rd degree drug unspecified, possession of a controlled substance 1st degree drug unspecified, and possession of a controlled substance 1st degree methamphetamine. Terry Alexander, age 48, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance 1st degree methamphetamine. Both were lodged in the Barron County Jail. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Buick GMC.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Those are words a parent never wants to hear, but don't worry, I'm here to help when you do.
This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson with Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. Cold and flu season can be scary and intimidating unless you have a plan. Be sure to wash your hands, drink water, eat well, and get plenty of rest. But when that doesn't work, or when your kid picks up the latest bug tearing through their class, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to help. We offer same-day appointments for sick visits, and we make sure that we are up to date on the latest treatments to guide you through whatever hits you or your family. Many times, quick response can head off the worst of the symptoms, so put Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic on your speed dial and let us get you feeling better faster. 270-629-6722. Remember our new location right across from TJ Sampson Hospital at 1214B North Race Street. Together, we can keep you on the path to good health.
Call my mama. She will make you all better. 270-629-6722.
In more local news at this hour, February the 14th is not just Valentine's Day, it's National Donors Day, which aims to serve as a reminder of the importance of discussing the life-saving possibilities of organ and tissue donation. Thanks to the Circuit Court Clerk's Office of Kentucky, showing the heart on your driver's license is the perfect way to start a conversation about love and legacy. Chrissy Fields, Barron County Circuit Court Clerk, said, "We encourage everyone to use National Donor Day to discuss organ donation with those closest to you. Joining the Organ Donor Registry means you have made the decision to save and heal lives at the time of your death if you are eligible. It won't happen for many years, but at that time, what an amazing gift to give someone a second chance at life. A last act of love and kindness to another soul." Close quote. Currently, more than 1,000 people are awaiting a life-saving transplant in Kentucky, with more than 114,000 waiting nationwide. Every day, 22 people die waiting. Everyone is eligible to register as a donor when you renew your driver's license online at registerme.org. There are no health or age limits. The dollar donations at Circuit Court Clerk's driver's license counters and other philanthropic partners, including CODA and COSAIR charities, fund the statewide community outreach and public relations efforts to grow the registry. Kentucky was recently recognized by Donate Life America for outstanding increases in registry rates. For more information, call 1-866-945-5433 or visit trustforlife.org. Kentucky's top Senate leader introduced legislation to require lobby executive branch agencies to have the same reporting requirements as legislative lobbyists. During a speech on the Senate floor yesterday, Senator Robert Stivers from Manchester talked about bribery convictions over the last 2 years, particularly involving Tim Longmire, the personal secretary under former Governor Steve Beshear, who's currently serving a sentence in federal prison. Stivers said some of the people who were convicted avoided being known as lobbyists. He says, quote, "These people were staying under the cover of darkness by calling themselves consultants and not registering as lobbyists." In quoting testimony from one of the trial, Stivers said they wanted to make sure they didn't register as lobbyists because it was too much paperwork. Stivers' bill would require those who lobby the executive branch agencies to register as lobbyists, not consultants, disclose their fees from clients, and ban contingent fees based on a percentage of the contract award. Legislation would also prohibit executive branch employees from leaving to work for a company to whom a contract was awarded. The ethics bill is a top priority for Stivers in this year's legislative session, which resumed yesterday. The session is scheduled to end in late March. The bill did not come up for a floor vote because it has not been heard yet in committee. And Governor Matt Bevin will deliver his 2019 State of the Commonwealth address to the members of the General Assembly and fellow Kentuckians tonight. The address will be live streamed on the governor's official Facebook page and also on KET starting at 6 o'clock Central, being broadcast live from the House chambers in the State Capitol building. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes.
He seemed very confident and knew what he was talking about, so I decided to go see Mr. Bray just for a consultation. And just in minutes, I was more confident in it, full range of motion.
Mike and many others have given great testimonials for William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics at 400 South Broadway in Glasgow, which you can check out online at comfortforamputees.com.
Yeah, I'm a rather large guy, and it takes a special prosthetic to carry my weight. In the first meeting with Mr. Bray, he realized by looking at the material they used to assemble my prosthetic that it wasn't at the weight limit to carry my weight. And had I not went to that consultation, I'd have never known that.
Professional care from someone who wears a prosthetic themselves. William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics.
If you're just not confident with it, I'd say go see Mr. Bray.
Call 629-5347.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chatzman. Matt Bevin will give the State of the Commonwealth address to members of the General Assembly in Frankfort. The address is set for 7 o'clock Eastern Time tonight. It will be live streamed on Bevin's Facebook page. And Governor Bevin's legal team has filed a brief regarding a Kentucky abortion law.
At issue is the constitutionality of a state law requiring abortion clinics to maintain transfer agreements with local hospitals and ambulance services. EMW Women's Clinic in Louisville sued, saying the law caused an undue burden on women seeking abortions. A U.S. District Court judge sided with the clinic. Now, Governor Bevin's legal team has filed a brief saying, quote, the record shows that transfer and transportation agreements benefit patients, adding that the Commonwealth has a valid interest in, quote, protecting the health and safety of abortion patients. I'm Haley Hansen.
The case is before the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 6th Circuit. Flooding concerns on the rise following heavy Wednesday rain in central Kentucky. Flood warnings were issued by the U.S. Forest Service yesterday. High waters caused officials to close roads in the Red River Gorge and in areas of the Daniel Boone National Forest. A well-known northern Kentucky doctor is the target of a federal investigation. Federal agents raided Dr. Kendall Hansen's pain clinic in Kenton County Wednesday to collect evidence in an apparent drug investigation. Hansen has not been charged but told local news stations that he runs a clean shop. Kentucky picked up a 4-star recruit on National Signing Day.
Pleased to announce the addition of MJ, cornerback out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Really good player. Has great size, great speed, very versatile player.
Head coach Mark Stoops says they're going to have a great momentum going into next season. I'm Jaleesa Chatman.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Kentucky is one of the most affordable places to live in America. Our food is more affordable, our homes are more affordable, and doing business here is more affordable. Why? It starts with affordable electricity. Almost everything we do uses electricity because Kentucky uses affordable, reliable coal energy. For 80% of its electricity, we have some of the lowest rates in the nation. Many other states are abandoning coal and making life expensive. Let's not repeat their mistakes. Let's stick with coal.
Powered by the Kentucky Coal Association.
It's the Championship Tractor Pull, February 13th through the 16th at Freedom Hall. Tickets start at $10 at Ticketmaster.com and champpull.org. It's louder than ever. The Championship Tractor Pull is powered by Syngenta. Visit champpull.org for more information.
BG Tire is way more than just tires. They are your full-service tire and automotive center. They offer pickup and drop-off service to your home or business to save your precious time. Alignments, oil changes, brake work. BG Tire does it all, including emergency roadside assistance 24 hours a day. Put your faith in the company Bowling Green has trusted for 4 generations. BG Tire, 1046 Lovers Lane, Bowling Green, across from BG Home Furnishings.
It's here, y'all. The cold weather season has made its way around one more time. This is Whitney at Big Meadow Oil, and I'm ready for it. Are you? Be sure to check your tanks often. You never know when we might get one of those crazy Kentucky winter storms. Make sure you have a backup plan for heating. We have kerosene to help keep you warm and toasty. Keep your vehicles at least half full in case you get stuck out in those frigid temperatures. Our diesel, as always, is treated with Power Service diesel additive to help with cold weather starting. Come by our office at 219 Industrial Drive or call 270-651-5212 and let us help you stay warm this winter season. Big Meadow Oil, warming homes since 1981.
Let's turn to local sports. In high school basketball coming up tonight in a girl-boy doubleheader, Allen County Scottsville travels to Metcalfe County and South Warren visits Franklin Simpson. In girls action, Hart County welcomes Louisville Fairdale and Greenwood hosts Butler County. Coaches and administrators from around the 15th District met Wednesday night in Tompkinsville to finalize pairings for the district basketball tournament, which will be held at Monroe County High School. On the boys' side, Glasgow and Allen County Scottsville tied for the regular season district title, so a draw was held to determine the number 1 seed for that postseason, and Glasgow ended up with the top spot. That means the Scotties will take on Barron County on Monday, February the 18th at 6 p.m. in the opening game of the tournament. That will also be followed the same night with Allen County Scottsville going up against Monroe County at 7:45. The boys' championship game will be played on Thursday, February the 21st at 6 p.m. The girls' pairings had already been determined prior to last night's meeting. Top-seeded Glasgow will take on Monroe County at 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 19th. That'll be followed by number 2 seed Barron County facing off against Allen County Scottsville at 7:45. The girls' championship game is set for Friday, February the 22nd at 6 p.m. Admission each night is going to be $5, and the gates will open to the public at 4:45. WCLU will once again have live coverage of every game of the girls and boys 15 district tournaments, as well as each game of the 4th region tournament the following week. And that's a check of local sports.
Good morning, friends. I'm quite sure that each of us have experienced some turmoil or tragedy that upsets our life, sometimes to the point that we cannot seem to function as we need to in our daily life. That being said, we all have the power to rid ourselves of unnecessary inner turmoil. I often hear this remark, "I just can't get over it." Maybe that describes you. That usually refers to some cruel act done against you, or perhaps some unjust and unproven slander has been tossed out to society concerning your character, or any of a number of things which are hurtful and unfair, or maybe holding us victim of our own anger and anxieties. Confucius is reported to have said, "To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it." If Jesus had continued to remember and store up all the things done to him that were hurtful, if he had reacted to anger with slander or slights and unfair accusations that might have been hurled his way or hurled back by him, then he would have never had a peace in this life and would never have accomplished what his Father in heaven had set out for him to do. So it is with us. If we do not learn to let bygones be bygones and to focus our mission for God in this life, then we will constantly feel unfairly treated and will be full of desire to strike back. We each have the power to avoid such inner turmoil. Just forget it and move on. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast, sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
Do you know who your new Purina dealer in Barron County is? It's Southern States Glasgow Cooperative. Yes, Southern States now stocks Purina bag feeds, chicken, pigs, cows, and horses. Check with Frank or any of the friendly Southern States staff. Stock up on muck boots for the whole family and save 10% off. Men's, women's, boys, and girls muck boots in the latest styles. And as the weather cools down, check with Jimmy at Southern States to learn about ventless propane heaters from 10,000 to 30,000 BTUs. The staff at Southern States is ready to help you year-round in every way. 300 Sampson Street, Glasgow.
Flood watch will stay in place until midnight tonight. We've seen rounds of heavy rainfall, and there's more rain and thunderstorms in the forecast. Rain will fall heavily, and now that the ground is saturated, it's not going to take long to start seeing the flooding occur or reoccur in spots that maybe have already seen some flooding. And you throw in some record warmth, boy, it sounds like springtime, doesn't it? We'll continue to see rounds of rain this morning, some of it heavy at times and embedded thunderstorms. There'll be breaks in the action at times. More scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. The greatest threat, locally heavy rainfall, 70 degrees. Overnight tonight, occasional rain early, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then much colder later, 22 degrees. I'm not sure we've got to worry about wet road surfaces freezing over. We're going to keep that in mind, as that could happen for tomorrow morning. And then sunshine with clouds, much colder tomorrow, 35. Teens tomorrow night. Saturday, more clouds than sun, upper 30s. And then more rain on Sunday and Monday. Highs in the mid to upper 40s. It could rain right on into Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Well, we've had 2 6/10 of an inch of rain. That's 2.60 any way you look at it. Constant coverage in studio radar screen this morning is showing the heaviest shower activity that came through here, making its way off into eastern Kentucky. The mountains, the foothills of the mountains in East Kentucky, getting pretty wet over there right now. We have had rain, and the wind continues to blow at times out of the west, gusting up to 20 miles an hour when some of these thunder showers are coming through. But the radar screen shows that to be a little bit a little bit lighter. Haven't seen anything heavy in a while, but the potential is there, and it could crank back up again. That's what Ray's talking about. The on-again, off-again shower activity that we have the potential for out there. 60 degrees now. We're going up as opposed to letting that front get through here and go down. But nonetheless, we take it as we get it. Weather update this morning brought to you by your friends at Southern States Glasgow Co-op.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years.
For today. So far, we know that Patty Thomason is 35 today. Matthew Shepard has a birthday. Carolyn King is celebrating. Mr. Will Hampton is 22. Ashley Livingston has a birthday today. Charleston Ennis. Nathan Houchins is 40. Kelsey Russell is 13. Laura Lee Riley is 22. Katie Flynn is 25. Daryl Beam. Jean Lyle. I have lots of little notes laying around here, but I think I've picked up all the birthdays off of the little notes, which sometimes I'm bad about messing that up. But anyway, 651-9149-800-956-1023 online here at WCLUradio.com. And don't forget, we're patting Jennifer Gibson on the back today. If you happen to see Jennifer Gibson around town today, we'd love it if you would pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. They look forward to seeing you over there for lunch today, the Texas way.
Hey everybody, this is Underdog. I want to remind you all about the easiest way to remember where to find your next home or business. Just go to GlasgowKYHomes.com. That's where you'll find the complete listing of property available from Glasgow's Realty and Auction. Randy Gibbons, principal broker, is a personal friend, and I can assure you that he and Tara Vincent will treat you right. Located on the square in Glasgow, that's Glasgow Realty and Auction. Call 651-SOLD, and remember, GlasgowKYHomes.com.
Are you rolling into the holidays with the same worries and concerns about your loved ones that you had at the beginning of 2018? No need to end the year that way. This is Elizabeth Downing, and I ask you to consider letting Time Savers assist with whatever kind of care you need. Preventive care to help make sure you don't land in the hospital. Recuperative care to help you bounce back from illness, injury, or joint replacement. Full hands-on care. Respite care, dementia care. At Time Savers, we're good at all of these. Don't know what you need? Let us help you figure out the puzzle. Call us at 270-792-5703 or go to mytimesaversky.com and let us make the end of 2018 the best it can be for you and your family. That's 270-792-5703 or mytimesaversky.com. We're here to listen, to understand, and to help.
Let me get another birthday in here for Ricky Pettigo. Now, Ricky, we understand, is having a birthday, and we understand that from his grandpa. That's right. That is a reliable source indeed. And it's nice when the grandpa calls up to wish the grandson a happy birthday. Ricky, you're a lucky fella. What's going on around here anyway?
The events calendar for Thursday. The Friends of the Library are hosting their annual Sweet Winter event, Chocolate Around the World, on Saturday from 9 until 3 at the library. Sample chocolate from 3 countries for $2, or for 6 countries for $3, and vote for your favorite. Books, CDs, movies, and delicious baked goods for you and your Valentine will be available for purchase. As an added treat, meet children's author Ethan Goodrum, who will be selling and autographing his picture book, Night Derby. All proceeds support the library's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math programs for children. For more information, contact the library at 270-651-2824. Free Bethel General Baptist Church in Cave City welcomes their new pastor, Brother Donald Appleby, with Sunday service at 10 o'clock, Sunday school at 11, midweek service at 6 o'clock on Thursday nights with Leon Crump. The Barron County High School SBDM will meet in regular session on Monday at 3:45 in the Trojan Academy Media Center. Caverna Decision-Making Council will meet on Monday, February 11th in the high school library at 4:30. Sing a Book My Baby at the Marywood Warden Library on Monday, February 11th at 9:30. This program focuses on ways to play with your baby, promoting sensory exploration and developing thinking skills and socialization. Book Sprouts Storytime will be held at the Marywood Warden Library on Tuesday, February 12th at 10 o'clock. This program focuses on 5 simple early literacy practices: talking, singing, reading, writing, and playing. The Sneed family will sing at the Carve Rock Baptist Church in Morgantown on Saturday, February 16th at 5 o'clock. Do you have a church community event coming up? We would like to know at 270-651-9149 or 1-800-956-1023. Log on to the website WCLUradio.com. I'm Jason Thomas for WCLU, your home for local.
Jason, and that's a lot of stuff going on here in South Central Kentucky. Right here it is 7:38 and 60 degrees. This morning we got a little special treat for you. For your ride to work, we're going to be playing some music for you. We'll take a 90-second break, and when we come back, enjoy the rest of the show. Goodbye, Facebook. We've enjoyed your comments this morning, and as always, appreciate all those good morning comments. We do appreciate it. All right, for WCLU, I'm Wes Royce. Back in a moment with music for your ride to work. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Bewley with Amedisys Home Health Care. Here at Amedisys Home Health, we know it is important to you and your family to trust the healthcare professionals that you invite into your home. And we want you to know that you have a choice. If your doctor talks to you and your loved